Well, I could say thank God it's Friday, but I don't know any day it's any good this week. Oh, Jesus. Honestly, at my wit's end here with what's going on. I got so frustrated that I had to turn off Facebook today because I can't stand the nonstop Trump show, which seems to be everywhere, and can't get away from it. And obviously, no one's going to do anything about what's going on, so I don't even know why I dwelled on it. We're all going to get fucking wiped out, in my opinion, and it's sad. But anyway, just had to get on here because people kept saying, remember Wings Hauser passed away? And I'm like, yeah, well, I know Wings passed away. And I was thinking of trying to think of something other than Vice Squad to talk about because that seems to be his, the role he's most known for, even though he's done a ton of other shit. Of course, the immortal Ramrod and that tour de force performance he did during Vice Squad, which is completely over the top and crazy. But 1989, there was a film called The Siege at Firebase Gloria. And it was about the Tet Offensive in Vietnam, and it was directed by Brian Trenchard Smith and starred R. Lee Ermey and Wings Hauser. And there's one thing about Mr. Smith. When he wants to do action, he excels. And this is no different than some of the other stuff he's done, like Turkey Shoot and that really great remake of Sahara with Jim Belushi. Basically, Wings is a good guy in this one. Wings plays a serious role and, is a sympathetic character at some points. And unfortunately, he gets killed at the end, trying to save some kid, I believe. But this is a chilling film, actually, for those of you who have never been to Vietnam, and that includes me because I've never been there, and I have total respect for the people that fought there in that war. But there's one scene with R. Lee Ermey. Here's Boots now. She's active a little bit. R. Lee Ermey is walking through the compound that has suffered attack after attack from the Viet Cong, which basically, according to history, this Tet Offensive destroyed the Viet Cong as a fighting unit because they lost so many people. And they're just throwing waves of bodies at, the soldiers. And R. Lee Ermey is walking through the compound with two severed heads, one in each hand. He goes, this is Corporal so-and-so, and this is Private so-and-so. Not only did they lose their heads, they lost their machine gun. Stay alert, stay alive. That was his message. And the film is blood-soaked, epic. And it's, like I said, Wings is really good in it. And, like that said, definitely worth the look, and it's just sad that we lost Wings. He was, other than some of the crazy shit that he was in, he was a decent character actor. So rest in peace, Wings Hauser. I believe he was 77 years old. And another thing that's been bugging me, film-wise, is I know I've done The Deserter before. And every once in a while I get on these kicks where I have to find a film and I have to find the uncut version of the film because what's floating around is really fucked up. And I actually got a DVD from Australia and it's the same fucking played out shit. It seems there's several people trying to sell this online. And one of them saying that they pieced together this thing from the most manageable elements available. And I'm like, okay, what's that mean? Most of the shit's been taken off video. I know this was a Paramount release. I know it probably bombed. It had a huge, great cast, and actually, the DVD that I got from Australia says starring Chuck Connors and Richard Crenna. It doesn't mention Bakeem Farouk or Fanu or whatever his name was, because I think that's what's actually tanked the fucking film. This guy was obviously in The Adventurers and was a star over in Serbia, wherever he came from. But you just put the guy up here as a lead actor in a major motion picture where nobody knew who the fuck he was, and obviously nobody showed up. And which sucks because the supporting cast is great. I mean, Richard Crenna, Ricardo Montalban, Slim Pickens, Brandon D. Wilde, Patrick Wayne, Chuck Connors, Woody Strode, Albert Salmi, and the weird part is, there is a scene between Albert Salmi and Woody Strode where they fight and Salmi uses the N-word. That scene in the two prints that I've seen has been completely excised. And it makes no sense because there's a scene where they both die together and that gives that scene no meaning because you don't know what the fuck's going on. And there's other little obvious things that are going on in these prints, and it's like, it's a cut here, a cut there. And I had to have seen this thing theatrically, otherwise I wouldn't remember half this shit. It's popping around about 90, 92 minutes, but the exact running time is 100 minutes. And it's one of those things that now I'm getting obsessed with finding a complete print of it, but it looks like Mill Creek may be putting this thing out in the 100-minute version. I'm not 100% sure, but I did put on the notify me list so I can grab this thing. Another thing is I sometimes forget to say thank you and acknowledge certain people here, and I forget stuff like, someone had sent me this bunch of Creature from the Black Lagoon comics, which is really cool. And there's always the FuseboxShow.com, which has been a huge supporter of me and has put up my website, and also Grindhouse Releasing, who has pushed my stuff. I admit I'm getting scattered because of what's going on, and I'm just trying to hold up as best as I can. Right now, as of Friday, Boots is okay. We will see how it goes. Like I said, I'm not fooling myself. I'm not fooling anybody. So that's all I got right now. So I wish everybody a happy, healthy, and safe weekend. Maybe it's going to be nice. Maybe it's not. But hopefully I'll get to view some stuff and come back Monday with a sunnier disposition, because like I said, it's really hard for me to lift myself out of this shit right now, and it's really tough, and I'm really having a hard time remembering things and stuff like that. So, again, thanks for subscribing, thanks for tuning in. Above all, stay safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.